And yes, hot take, I call female actors actors, not actresses. You're an actor, right? That's the job you do. We want equality, right? So let's be equal and call them all actors instead of having a separate name for them. Makes sense to me, so hopefully that doesn't offend anyone else. Welcome back to Dramatic Evaluation. In this video, I'm going to be doing a top 10 list of my current favorite actors. So this list is always evolving. There's a ton of actors I like. I'm not going to include older actors. It's going to be mostly young, newer actors right now that I just like, that are in a lot of movies that are coming out right now. At the very end, I will do kind of an honorable mentions, and I'll shout out some of the other actors that didn't make this list, and some of those might be some older ones on there. But this is going to be a two-part video. This is going to be really long probably, so I'm splitting this into two. So this video is going to be numbers 10 through 5. Then next week we'll do number 4 through 1 and the honorable mentions in there. So like I said, a lot of recency bias, just more relevant current actors right now. Part of that is what I mentioned. The other part of that is I'm an old man and I can't remember. Trying to go back to, some of the actors that don't really work anymore that were some of my favorites. It's gonna, rather than try to remember and go through lists and do all this stuff, I'm just going through 10 actors that I really like right now that if they're in a movie, I'm seeing it. So that's a big determining factor right here, is like the people on this list, if they're in something, even if it's not necessarily a genre that I would normally respond to, or a trailer doesn't look like a movie I would necessarily want to watch if someone else was in it. If I see that this actor is in it, I'm going to watch it because I know it's got a shot to be a good movie because this person is so good. And at the very least, I'll see a good, enjoyable performance out of this person. So, and yes, hot take, I call female actors actors, not actresses. You're an actor, right? That's the job you do. We want equality, right? So let's be equal and call them all actors instead of having a separate name for them. Makes sense to me, so hopefully that doesn't offend anyone else. And what's funny on that note is I thought there would be more male actors than female actors on this list. Just, I'm a man, I relate to men a little bit more than women. So I assumed that was going to be the case, but when I sit down and kind of look at these actors and like put this list together, like it was even. It was 5 men, 5 women. So that's interesting. And thought I was gonna have to give a little disclaimer here of like, I'm not sexist. It's just what it is. I'm a man, but hey, I don't need to because it's actually dead even. And by the way, very difficult to narrow down this list to 10. I was looking at this and there are like a billion actors that I love that are on my kind of honorable mentions list that I'll do at the end. But yeah, the top 10, this was kind of tough. But these, I got it down to what I think are just actors that I really, really love, and I will watch whatever they're in. So that, again, like I said, is kind of one of the main determining factors for this list. And by the way, worth mentioning, I'm limiting this list to primarily dramatic actors. There's a lot of comedic actors I love, but I'll list some of those in the honorable mentions. This list is really dramatic actors rather than comedy. So let's get into it. Here we go. All right, number 10, I'm going to go Timothy Chalamet. Surprising. I was kind of hearing about this guy blowing up and was kind of like, hearing his name, but not really seeing any of his stuff. And it was kind of like, why is this guy getting so popular and talked about? Well, now I know. I've watched a bunch of his movies, and the kid is undeniably good. Very solid actor, charisma, very watchable. You want to see what he's doing on screen. You want to see what he's in. He picks great movies, by the way, too. So the Dune movies, Beautiful Boy, small but great part in Don't Look Up. Wonka, he was awesome in that. Hot Summer Nights, movie came out of nowhere for me and loved that movie. Highly recommend that. Bones and All, ton of movies. He's in so much stuff because he's very good, so he gets cast and stuff. But he picks these movies that are really, really good, and he just kills it in all of them. He's a great performer. Like I said, charismatic, watchable, and that's probably what I'm going to say for like all these people, by the way. So I'm going to kind of keep these descriptions relatively short also, so it's not a super long video, but don't have a whole lot to say other than they're really good. So number 9, I'm going to go Florence Pugh. Love her, love watching her in everything. Her character in Black Widow and the Thunderbolts and Hawkeye, all the Marvel stuff, she's so good in those. I just really enjoy her character in those. She's awesome in Midsummer, Don't Worry, Darling, bunch of other stuff. She's just super watchable, very down to earth seeming, very just chill, just has a great vibe about her. And I just, every movie I've seen her in, I enjoy, and part of enjoying that movie is her performance. So if I see that she's in something, I'm going to watch it. Number 8, Haley Steinfeld. Awesome actor. Started young. She was in True Grit when she was like a kid, and then just blew up and was in just a ton of stuff because she's just so good. She's a very natural, very solid actor. The Pitch Perfect movies, 2 and 3 anyway. Edge of 17, Sinners recently, the show Dickinson. She's in Hawkeye. Very watchable, very, very good actor, but maybe not in enough stuff. Like, she's in a bunch of stuff, but like, cast her in more stuff. She's so good in everything she's in, and I'm down to see her and do more stuff. Number 7, Sam Weaving, or Samara Weaving. This this might be too low for her. I love this actor. She's in so many things right now, and so many good things. The movies she picks are like my type of movies. She's in a ton of these like thriller or even horror movies. She was in Ready or Not. It's like one of my favorite movies, and I'm stoked that they're doing a sequel to that. She's incredibly good in that. It's an awesome like survival horror movie with kind of almost like a comedic kind of vibe to it, sort of, at least at moments. But man, that movie's awesome. She's awesome in it. And then she just has done like a million movies that are kind of like that type of movie, and she's so good. She kind of plays a similar type of character in most of the movies that she's in, but she's awesome at it. She's just super charismatic, super watchable, very, very good in every movie I've seen, and I just enjoy all those movies that she's been in. Like I said, Ready or Not, As Real. She was in Bill and Ted 3. That was kind of an outlier from what I was just talking about. The Babysitter, Mayhem, Borderline. She's just very, very good. Recent movie, Eeny Meeny on Hulu, that was really good. She just pulls off the comedy very well, but also the action, suspense, drama type stuff she pulls off very well too. And like I said, she just picks really good movies. She's awesome. She's incredible. Number 6, I'm going to go Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I'd probably swap those if I made this list a little while ago. Now I'm finally getting around to doing this video. I'd probably swap those. Sam Weaving is awesome. I'd probably put her at 6. I'm going to make that official. Let's do that. Swapping that. That's happening. So anyway, here's number 7 instead of 6. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, still awesome. 10 Cloverfield Lane, one of my top movies. The suspense and the tension and the tone of that movie is so good. The way that it builds up and then gets to the end, and then the crazy ending of that movie. She is very awesome in that movie. Very good at pulling off what she needed to do in that movie to add to that vibe and that tone. She was in the remake of The Thing, or I guess it was a remake, whatever. It was kind of its own reimagining or something of it, but that was pretty good. Scott Pilgrim, The Ahsoka Show, Final Destination 3. This movie, Kate, that was, I feel like, went under the radar. That was awesome. Kind of like John Wick-esque type of movie almost. And yeah, she's just very good, again, in all the stuff I've seen her. Very charismatic, very watchable. Yeah, I just anything that she's in, I just have thoroughly enjoyed, and I'll watch anything if I see her in it. So that's it for this list. Numbers 10 through 6. I did a weird little swap of 6 and 7 there. Sorry about that. Didn't anticipate that. But I just felt the need to do that when I got down to that part of the list. So that's it for this video. We're going to do numbers 4 through 1 in the next video. So for these ones, please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you like any of these actors. Let me know what your top 10 list would be. And if you think I left anyone off, we don't know who's going to be on my top 5 yet, but still. And please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. Until next time,